name's Alexis and today we are doing the VidCon 2016 recap. And I'm really sad about it. So, not really day one, pre-day one, pre-VidCon. I went and registered and I got my badge, which now has things on it. So I got that. And then as you're walking through, you get the grab bag, which is just this little like gym bag almost that says VidCon on it. I really like the logo for this year. I like that. I love it. And you also get the program booklet thing that has all of what's going on, like the schedules and just all kinds of fun stuff that I'm hitting myself in the face with. So there's that. I also loved the cover of this. I love like the whole 7 theme that they're going with. And I loved that they just included people on the front, you know what I mean? Like, who all's on here? Louise and Ingrid and Candy are down here. Glozell. Like, I loved this. I loved this. So that is that, and you also got your little card ticket thing to redeem for your shirt for the year. So this is the shirt. Really simple, again with the 7s made up of the logo for the year. And I love it. It's purple. It's my favorite color. So that is that. So moving on. Actually, no, not moving on. While still on pre-VidCon day, I ran into Elliot Morgan, who was previously from SourceFed, and I was talking to him. He's so lovely and sweet, and I love Elliot. And then VidCon had tweeted, I actually saw it from Ali Speed, VidCon had tweeted that they had extra wristbands for signings. So when you registered, you got wristbands for your signings that you got during the lottery. So my arm was like full of wristbands. I had 4 wristbands and I was like, okay, cool, let's see who's on this list and maybe I can go see them. The only person, like, I only knew maybe like 3 people on the list, but the only people, I guess, because there's 2 of them, that I could fit into my schedule to see were Will and RJ. If you don't know who they are just lovely. They're a very lovely couple. So I got another wristband to see them. So now moving on to the official first day of VidCon. My first day of VidCon started out bright and early meeting Ali Speed. She's lovely. She's lovely. I love Ali Speed. So she was taking selfies, like you could take a selfie with her on your own phone and then take a professional photo with her. She loved my hair. She loved my outfit. She was just great. I loved her so much. She was also shorter than I thought she was going to be. I thought she would be at least 5'7". She's not. She's like 5'5", 5'4" maybe. For reference, I'm 5'5" in like regular shoes. So she's about my size, and I was wearing heels, so I was taller than her, but didn't matter. Loved her so much. So took pictures with her. Her brother Justin, who she does drunk gaming with, was also there, and I hugged him also. And it was just so lovely. I love Ali so much. She inspires me to travel, even though I am such a nervous traveler. I have a hard time traveling, but she makes me want to travel. I love her so much. Also, anybody that I mention in this video, just like with my vlogs, anybody that I mention, I will link them all down below. At least their YouTube channels, I'll link them down below, so feel free to check out any of these people that I mentioned today. So after I met Ali, I headed into the Expo Hall and I saw a Q&A with Phil DeFranco and SourceFed. I haven't watched SourceFed for a while, so I know that they have a lot of new people, a lot of new hosts, which is fine, you know, they're doing their thing regardless of what I think, but they were all so funny. They're so funny. Great people. Mike Falzone is part of SourceFed now, and if you remember my VidCon videos from 2 years ago, I love Mike Falzone. So he is just so funny, and just the group of them together, they have such great energy that they can play off of. So it was really fun seeing that. I really enjoyed that. After that, I headed into the Marriott where they were holding the ballrooms, Q&As and panels in there. I caught the end of a Mitchell Davis and Chris Kendall panel. So I can't really tell you much about what happened there because I really only caught the end of it. one thing that happened though that was really funny is that the microphone stand that they had was way too tall for this little girl who went up there to ask them a question, and Chris made a joke about it, and Mitchell was like, how dare you basically go down there and fix the mic for her. So what Chris Kendall did was he went down to her, and instead of just taking the microphone off of the stand and handing it to her, he moved the whole stand back and then tipped it forward so she could talk into it. That was just a very Chris Kendall thing to do. But both of them are also very funny and very talented people, so definitely check them out. After that, I saw John Cozart from Paint. He has so much patience. There was a group of girls sitting in the front who were just screaming. Like anytime he said anything or did anything, they screamed. And he's too lovely and too nice of a person to say anything about it, but I could just see in his face that he was just slowly getting more and more irritated. So he was very nice. He was very lovely. He is very funny. I just wish that people would calm down. It was just, there's no need to scream like that during a Q&A. No need at all whatsoever. It was just very bizarre, but he handled it. Oh, my cat is sneezing back here. But he handled it beautifully. He's very lovely. After that, I saw another Q&A. I saw all of these Q&As in the same ballroom, so I just literally sat in the same ballroom and just watched these Q&As. So the last Q&A I watched was the Smosh Squad. They're so, again, it's like that, they're so funny, and the way that they just play off of each other, and they can like joke with each other, like they really are, I can't speak, they really are like just friends. They are like a big family. So it was really nice seeing them. They're all so funny and so sweet. And Olivia said when everybody, you know, came in and it was like, hey, we're doing a Q&A, Olivia was like, tell us your name and tell us your favorite kind of bread and then ask your question. And people were actually doing it. People were actually saying what their favorite kind of bread was. It was very interesting. So there's that. So in between seeing Phil and SourceFed and going to the Marriott, a girl came up to me. And she said, do you want this wristband? Because she had a signing wristband. Okay, she was, look at how tiny I am. She was smaller than me, and the wristband was this big. So VidCon, that's your fault that this happened. Not that it's a bad thing, but they say that you can't trade wristbands, but if you're putting the wristband on a child smaller than me, this big, that's something on your part. But she said, do you want this wristband? I said, what time is it for? She said, today at, I think she said 2:30 or something. Okay, who's it for? She said, Vsauce. All right, I don't know the other two guys really. I know Jake from Vsauce 3. I'll go. So I took it. So then I go throughout my day, and then I go to see this meet and greet. So I'm in the line waiting. Vsauce comes out in the line next to me. I momentarily panic. I'm like, am I in the wrong line? Like, what's going on? I was in the right line. But now I didn't know who I was in line for because I thought I was seeing Vsauce. And I couldn't ask anybody around me because you're supposed to know who your meet and greets are for. So I'm like internally panicking and I'm like, oh no, what if I do it if it's somebody that I don't know? Then they come out. The person comes out. It's Grace Helbig. What? I am now the luckiest person at VidCon right now. I am surprisingly meeting Grace Helbig. So all was good and well. I was really excited. I go up to take my picture with Grace. We're talking. I said that she was beautiful. She said I was beautiful. She loved my hair. She was just like staring at my hair. And I was like, do you want to touch it? She goes, oh my god, yes. So she touches my hair. She's like petting my hair and she loved it. And then we took our picture. I went on my merry way. Grace is just such a lovely human being. She's also taller than I thought she was going to be. But you know what? Now I know. I love Grace. I love Grace and I was so excited that I got to meet her. And day 1, open day 2. What was that I just did? Anyways, day 2. I had another morning signing and it was to see Will and RJ, whose wristband I had gotten from pre-VidCon. So I went to go meet them. I met them 2 years ago at VidCon and they were walking around the Expo Hall. And I went up to them and I said hi and I like got a picture, blah blah blah. And then a whole line of people started lining up to meet them. And when I walked by like 2 hours later, they were still standing there meeting people with this huge long line. So I said to them, I told them that story, and RJ goes, "That was you." And I was like, "That was me, I'm so sorry, it was me." RJ goes, "You didn't have lavender hair then?" And I said, "No, I did not, it was red then." He goes, "Oh, okay." So it's like he kind of remembered. Like, he remembered the situation, and he had a face to put to the situation now, even though my hair was different, but that was really funny. Just his reaction, "That was you, it was me, I'm sorry." So took pictures with them. They are, again, very lovely, so sweet. Just so sweet and kind. After that, I went to the Snickers competitive gaming stage, where you could actually go on stage and play games with some YouTubers. So the first person I saw was, who did I see? Oh, the first, sorry, it's all blurry together. So the first, Smosh Games, there we go. Smosh Games was there minus Lasercorn because he had already left to go on family vacation. Lasercorn was there the day before for their signing, but he wasn't at the competitive gaming. So Mari, Flitz, all of them were there also. They're all so funny. Joven is just so blind when it comes to playing video games. It's just so funny. So they're really funny. I didn't play any games with anybody, but it was still fun to watch. They're just so great. Everybody's just so great, and I'm gonna keep saying that about everybody. After them was Lex from Made You Look. Love her. So as she was playing games, she was also I can't speak, also answering some questions. I did ask a question. My question was, well, first I said, "Hi Lex, I'm also Lex," and she goes, "Ooh." My question was her favorite character that she had ever created, and I feel like the answer after she told me was obvious, that I should have known that, but she said her favorite character she's ever created is Old Lady Lex. I love Old Lady Lex. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you have to check out her channel. She's just great. So there was that. After her was Swoozy. I love Swoozy. I met Swoozy 2 years ago. I did not get a chance to talk to him this year, but love Swoozy. He's so funny. He was actually making bets with the people he was playing with. He was playing Mario Kart, and if you beat him, first it was like $100, then it was like $200, then we were at like $1,000, and it was like, "Swoozy, you gotta calm down." But Swoozy is the king of Mario Kart, so he won all of the games that he played. It got really tense in there for a minute. It was one race where it was really tight, a little back and forth. I was really nervous, but Swoozy pulled through because he's Swoozy. After that, I went to my meet and greet to see Lex from Made You Look, who I had just talked to, and I went back up to her and I said, "I'm Alexis also," and she goes, "Oh really?" And I said, "Yeah, but mine's spelled differently," and she goes, "Oh." Because my name is spelled Alexis, hers is spelled Alexys, which I've never seen it spelled like that before, but it's very interesting. So we chit-chatted, she signed my badge right there. She said I was the guinea pig because she wasn't sure which side, like one side signs and the other side doesn't, she said. So she signed it on this side and she was like, "You're the guinea pig." I was like, "Oh, thanks." So I got her to sign my badge, took pictures with her. She's so funny. She's just a genuinely funny person. She's great. I loved meeting her. After that, it was still pretty early. I wasn't ready to go yet, so I found another Q&A to go to, and I saw Olin Rogers. I love Olin Rogers. Definitely, if you're going to check out anybody in this video that I've mentioned, check out Olin Rogers. He's great. So I went to his Q&A, and he had his friend Jake there. Rewind to the day before that, I went to the Olin Rogers booth and bought a shirt, which we'll get to later, and Jake was there. However, I was so jet-lagged and tired that I was looking at him. I was looking right at him, and I was like, "I know who this is. I just can't place you. Oh well." And I walked away. So then when I went to the Q&A and he came walking in with Olin, I went, "Shit, it's Jake." And I felt terrible. I felt like such an awful person that I couldn't remember who Jake was. So we go through the Q&A, they're answering questions, everything's fine and dandy. They passed out posters, which side did I put it on? Now I can't get it out. Get the poster out. They passed out signed posters, which they did not have to do. That was very nice of them. But they passed out signed posters for Final Space. I'm still not sure where I'm going to put this. I think on that back wall back there, so you can see it in the background. But yeah, so they passed out these posters for Final Space. Great, by the way. And then you could take pictures with them. So I took pictures with Olin, and I took a picture with Jake. And I said to Jake, because I am me, and I had to tell him, I had to say something about it, because I'm me. So I went up to Jake, took a picture, whatever, and I said, I saw you yesterday at the Olin booth, and I was so jet-lagged that I just couldn't figure out who you were. And I'm so sorry. I feel awful. And he laughed. He made a joke. He was like, oh, no, it's okay. I wasn't in costume. And I laughed. He was like, don't worry about it. And in my head, I'm like, I am going to worry about it. I feel like a terrible person right now. But he was totally cool with it. So great. It calmed me. Because I just felt so awful. But he was lovely. Olin's lovely. They are just absolutely great people. It was so nice meeting them. And day 2, open. Day 3. Is that the thing that I'm doing now? Whee! So day 3. I did not have a morning signing, so I slept in. And then when I finally got to VidCon, I saw some more competitive gaming. This time it was with Phil DeFranco, who I love Phil. I love Phil. I just love Phil. So saw some competitive gaming with him. It was really nice. He's so funny. I love Phil. He's so funny. After that was Maud and Raina from SourceFed. I think technically they're from SourceFed Nerd, but Maud and Raina. I watched a little bit of gaming with them because there was another thing I wanted to see that kind of overlapped with their gaming, so I watched a little bit of that, and then I went to what I wanted to see, which was a quick interview with Rosanna Pansino, Ro from Nerdy Nummies. Ro is just like the Ro you see in her videos. That's how she is in real life. Like it's not like she's on in her videos, you know what I mean? That's just how she is as a person. She's so funny. She's so sweet. She's so lovely. I love Ro. After that, I went to my first meetup of the day, and that was with Phil and Lindsay DeFranco, and they had Baby Trey. I think I was more excited to meet Baby Trey than anything else, actually. Sorry, Phil and Lindsay. So they come out, they take a few pictures with Baby Trey. Lindsay's holding him, passed him off to Phil for a few pictures, and then Trey was kind of done. He didn't want to take any more pictures. So I was calling her Lindsay's stepmom. It's Lindsay's actual mom. Lindsay's mom was off to the sidelines to take Baby Trey, and she stayed there with him. Like, she didn't go back into the back or anything. She stayed there with him. So when it was my turn to go up and talk to them, I said hi and I hugged them, whatever. Not whatever, you know what I mean. And I was saying that I met them 2 years ago at VidCon, and I went to Phil's Q&A, and he brought out Baby Trey, who was actual literal Baby Trey then, and it was just adorable. It was the cutest thing. And Lindsay was like, oh, well, let's see if he'll come back for a picture. So Lindsay goes, come on, Trey, do you want to be in the picture? And Lindsay's mom puts him down, and he comes running over to Lindsay. She picks him up, and I was just like, oh my god, like, it was so cute. I said to Phil, I was like, I can't believe how big he's gotten. And he goes, oh my god, I know. Like, it's crazy, because the last time I saw Baby Trey in person, he was a bundle of blankets. He was a infant, and now here he is, like a full-blown baby. Like, he's 2 now. He's not even a baby, he's a toddler now. What happened? So took pictures with them. It was so cute. And I said bye to Trey. I was like, bye, Trey. And Lindsay goes, Trey, can you say bye? And he goes, the littlest tiny wave, but he said bye, and I was like, yes, so excited. So that was great. I loved it. I loved meeting Baby Trey. Phil and Lindsay are great also, but I was just so excited to meet Baby Trey. After that, I had some time to waste, so I went to go see a Q&A with Louise from Sprinkle of Glitter. Glitter time, as she calls it. That was amazing. That was probably my favorite Q&A that I went to. She is so funny. She's so real. Like, she is great. So she came out with her friend Marie from Marie's channel is Bits and Clips. And Louise was saying that she was talking to Marie about the Q&A and that she was kind of nervous about it. And Marie had said, just talk to them like it's me and you on Skype. And Louise said, okay. So I went up to ask a question, and I said, I'm about to throw off your whole talk to us like we're Marie on Skype dynamic. And Louise went, oh no. So I asked her what her favorite moment or adventure was with Marie. And Louise just starts laughing. And I'm not going to tell you the story that she told us. It was just great. Marie was vlogging the whole thing, so I think Louise is going to put it on her second channel, Sprinkle of Chatter, which I'll have linked down below also. So funny. The funniest story. I was like dying. So funny. So there was that, and she mentioned Target, and I said that I worked at Target, and she goes, you do? And I said, yeah. I was like, sometimes I see things that come through the store and I go, oh my god, Louise would love this. She goes, do you get a discount? I go, yeah. She goes, well, aren't you just so lucky? She was so jealous that I worked at Target. It was so funny. I love Louise so much. And then later, another girl was saying something about Starbucks, that her friend worked at Starbucks, so her friend would give her free Starbucks all the time. And Louise was like, you and the girl who work at Target are just living the life. It was amazing. Oh, it was great. I'm so glad I went to that. It was so funny. I love Louise so much. So after that, it was time. It was time for the one person I had been waiting for 3 days. Thomas Sanders. It was time to meet Thomas Sanders. I was freaking out internally, but trying not to freak out externally. I was pumped. I was pumped. So, going through the signing hall or whatever, I get to the line, I'm like, yeah, everything's great. And then he finally came out. You know, everyone kind of freaks out for a second. And then, you know, the line starts moving to take pictures with him and stuff. The closer I got to him, the more nervous I became. I was a wreck. I was so anxious. I was really anxious, really nervous, but still trying to remain as calm as I possibly could look outside, because inside I was like on fire. Outside, I was trying to pretend that everything was fine. So finally it's my turn. I go up and I'm hugging him, and I'm hugging him, and I'm hugging him, and we're rocking back and forth as we're hugging. And I said, oh my god, I could just hug you forever. And he goes, yeah, you give the best hugs. I was like, thank you. It was great. And then finally we stop hugging, which I really could hug him forever. He liked my hair. He loved my hair. Everybody that I met loved my hair. He loved my hair. And he asked about, I told him, I said that I was like, I've waited 3 days for this. I'm so excited. I've waited 3 days. And he goes, really? I was like, yeah. He goes, oh my god, well, thank you so much. Thank you for your patience. I was like, no problem. Like, anything for you, Thomas. This is great. He asked if I had any ideas for, like, pictures, like poses or anything, and I really didn't. And I was like, I got nothing. He goes, you got nothing? I'm like, no. He goes, okay. So he lists off a few things, and then he says Titanic. And I was like, oh my god, yes, I love that movie. He goes, do you want to be Rose? And I said, duh. That's literally what I said. I said, duh. So we took one picture, the Titanic pose. He's holding my waist, and it's great. And then we took another picture where we're just hugging and like looking into the camera, and it was great. He's just great. I just love Thomas Sanders so much. He is an actual Disney prince. He is so nice. He's so sweet. He's so kind. He is any synonym of any of those words. He's just such a lovely human being. Precious cinnamon roll. Too sweet for this world. That is what Thomas Sanders is. He's just great. So I'm walking away from the line, and all this nervous energy is just exploding out of me. I was such a mess that my teeth were chattering. My jaw was actually shaking because of how much like nervous energy I had built up inside of me. I was a mess. I was just done. I was done. I was just falling apart. And that's how I ended my VidCon. So I bought 3 shirts, because I didn't buy this one was for free, but I bought 3 shirts while I was at VidCon. Because I went to the Olin booth twice because I can't help myself, and then I bought 1 thing from District Lines. So the first time I went to the Olin Rogers booth, I bought this one the second time I went to the Olin Rogers booth. I lied. So I bought this shirt. It's a Monday. I love that. So it's just like a baseball tee with red capri sleeves. I wore this traveling home because when I traveled home it was a Monday. TSA and the flight crews from a lot of my flights loved my shirt. So there is that, which is now in the laundry. The first time I went to the Olin booth, I got this shirt. I can't adult today, because that is my life. That's literally me every day. I can never adult. So I'm excited to wear this when I'm running errands and doing other adult things. And then the shirt I got from District Lines is, of course, the Thomas Sanders shirt. Your story is not finished. I love this shirt. I got a VIP ticket to the Ultimate Storytime Tour so I can meet Thomas again, and I'm going to wear this shirt when I go, and I'm pretty freaking excited about it. So those are all the shirts that I got at VidCon. That's the only thing I bought was shirts. I didn't buy posters or anything else like that because traveling with this poster was so nerve-wracking. I was so afraid that it was going to get crushed or smushed or broken. It was not okay, but the poster made it in one piece, so that's all the things that I got. And then the last thing, the ribbons on my badge. I got one from District Lines when I bought the Thomas Sanders shirt. I got this one. It says 1337 lit. From when did I get this one? Oh, when I went to the Olin Rogers Q&A, and then I got one for Phil DeFranco when I went to meet him and Lindsay. And that's all the ribbons I got. And that is my full recap of VidCon. It was exciting. I had a wonderful time. It was just great. I'm so glad that I went. I had such a great time. I was also very inspired by all of the people that I met and all of the things that I saw and everything that I got to experience. So I have some plans. This next month, the videos for July are things that I pre-recorded before I went to VidCon. So the videos after that, be prepared. I'm about to do some crazy stuff. Not really. I mean, I'm going to try my very hardest to make better content for this channel. And I know I've said that before, that I want to make better content, but I do. And I was just so inspired by VidCon that I'm really going to try my hardest to put like 120 million% into these videos to give you guys like the best videos I could possibly make with how limited I am. So expect some awesome content coming up in the next few months, and that's it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. All the links to all my social media, as long as the YouTube channels for everybody that I've mentioned in this video, will be down in the description. So check me and all of them out there. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys again soon. Bye!